I mean, they're not long. They're about the same as every single
Some
sport game,
baseball
but they
games
just
can drag,
some
dude.
baseball games could play long, but they're about average time. They're about the same length as most every sports game. It's about 2.5 hours, sometimes 3. But I mean, it feels longer because you're watching with less action.
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
But when you see a good pitching duel, to me, because I am a huge baseball fan, that to me is entertaining. Like I love seeing like a great pitcher, two great star pitchers going at it, and striking everybody out, not giving up hits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like you have to be a true baseball fan to understand that and respect it. Is my point.
There are certain innings in every game, though, that are deciding innings for either a pitcher or a team where you get like 2 to 3 on. Maybe you get a full bases load, and you gotta watch the pitcher go through the heart of the lineup, and every pitch matters. That's very fun to watch in baseball because you know how much strategy and how the hitter's trying to outthink the pitcher's trying to outthink the hitter, and the managers are thinking, do I pinch hit here? Do I it's a strategy game at that point, right? More or less. And that's kind of like watching chess match, but that's pretty much, and not to condemn baseball, that's about as fun as it gets. I mean, obviously, if you're scoring lots of runs and hitting home run after home run like the Yankees do, that's really fun to watch, of course. But most teams aren't like that. Most teams are, generally speaking, a regular baseball team who's not every hitter can hit a home run.
Yeah,
every game.
That's true.
So I mean, that's my only reason to is like why I was mentioning that the season can drag on, and many people don't find it as entertaining as other sports.
Yeah, that's true. I get it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll even say baseball is boring to watch on TV.
Oh yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna go watch a baseball game, I want to go. Like it's not something I just want to sit at home and watch. I'd rather go to the stadium and like have fun. Like you can go out there. Baseball's unique because it's not like it's like the only game where it's like when you go, like you could catch a ball. They're not gonna ask. Like when you go catch, if somebody kicks a football into the crowd, they're gonna come and ask for it back. Honestly, have you ever seen that? I think I just dipped again. Yeah, disconnected. Oh, that's some shit. Internet's been going in and out. Cut it 30 minutes.
You think the Yankees? Sorry, you back?
Yeah, I just cut out, and we'll go back, and I got a mark on it.
You got a what?
I got a mark on it, so I know where to cut it.
Oh, did you cut the recording?
No, not yet. But like in the middle. I have like I paused for like a couple seconds, and then I clapped and was like reset.
Gotcha.
So there's a
we
huge
were just talking about the next possible AL series with the Astros and Yankees advancing to each other.
Oh, so Astros Yankees, yeah, I see that happening.
Dan says it goes to 5, but he thinks the Yankees will win.
I mean, that would be the only.
Wait, is that a 5-game series or a 7-game series?
I believe
the is 7.
Yeah, the only
5.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying Yankees win 4-1?
No. He's saying the Yankees
win.
The series goes to 5, and they win 3-2.
I thought he said it was.
Can't win 3-2 in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
it's a 5-game series.
The only 7-game series.
Wouldn't that be the AL Championship?
No. Yes, it would be the AL Championship.
So
that would be a 7-game series.
No, I think the only 7-game series is the World Series.
There's no way that's true.
No, it's the 7-game. I'm pretty sure it's the championship series.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, we're back. They just started a conversation without me after I DC'd, so we're back in it. Just remember that.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It is a best of 7.
So,
look at that.
I mean,
really
I feel like Cole keeps
well,
up really well with that.
Okay.
What?
Then I mean, the Yankees win in.
You still think the Yankees win in 7?
Yeah, it'd be 4-3.
That's what I say.
It's going to 7 games. It's going to 7 games either way.
I think that's the only way the Yankees win, in my opinion.
Well, the Astros have a better record, right? So they'll have home field advantage.
They won 3 more games. Yeah,
so
they
they'll
won
have home field advantage on the Yankees.
Yeah,
okay,
which is the only reason I think that the Astros have a better chance.
I think that game will go one of two ways. If the Yankees just get all over the Astros hitters, I don't think the Astros even stand a chance. Because while their lineup is so good hitting wise, I honestly believe that the Yankees have such power that they can beat any pitcher. Problem with this is last year the Yankees were really, really good as well, right? They were in the playoffs and
Yes.
they were a wild card team, but they made the playoffs and then they went almost up to the World Series pretty much, and they were like shocking everyone how good, but they also fell flat. Their bats fell flat. They couldn't
Yeah, that
do
is the
anything.
problem with having like
And
super hot
with
bats is
when you're a
not
home run
falling
hitting
apart.
team and that's like your main thing, if you can't do that, your team is in massive trouble because if you just load the bases but you're not an RBI scoring team, you can't get people on and just get them over. That's a massive problem. So I think the Astros are going to dominate the Yankees in terms of pitching to the point where they're not going to let you just have 4 to 5 home runs a game, right? They're not going to let you get two people on and jack 3 home runs in a row.
No.
And I think that's why the Astros. I think the Yankees win maybe two, but I honestly think it's a 4-1 Astros win.
It's not like they're the Nationals that can give up massive home
How
runs
good?
every
How
2
good is
seconds.
the Yankees pitching?
Pretty damn good.
It's not bad. It's
I
definitely
mean, their
in the upper
bullpen's
echelon.
better than the
We
starting.
have
pitchers, I
we
think.
have a better. Depends on who's starting.
What's better? Is the Yankees pitching
I
up
think.
to the task of the Astros hitting?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the Astros hitting's not like sensational like the
The only
Yankees,
person we
but
really there's two people we have to worry about. It's their shortstop and second base. So Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, I believe, are the only two people we really have to worry about.
Bregman's pretty damn good though.
Yeah, I mean he was pretty good in the regular season, but I don't think he did anything in the playoffs so far.
I think
I
you
mean
would
they've only
agree
had
with me
one
on this,
start.
Dan, that the Astros pitching is significant. The starting pitching is significantly better than the Yankees.
Yes, their starting pitchers are, but the bullpen I think the
I
Yankees
think the
have
Yankees have
just
a
a
better
little bit
bullpen,
better.
which it really comes. I mean, that's why playoffs baseball is so much interesting because it comes down to can your team starting pitching get through enough innings to where your bullpen sustains them based
Yep.
upon the other teams. Like if the Yankees, if they beat the Astros starting pitching and they get 2 to 3 runs, their bullpen and the Astros obviously don't get any. Their bullpen should perform better because their bullpen is better than the Astros and therefore should win that game. But since the Astros starting pitching is so good, will they even let them score any runs and negate the Yankees bullpen entirely? That's where it comes down to. And I think because the Astros are such a smart team and they're really, really dedicated this year because they got far last year but didn't do what they should have. I think it's going to come down to the Astros just have such a good in-depth roster and their starting pitching is so good that unless something happens, unless Verlander just falls off a cliff, like for no reason, I think they win.
I mean it's gonna be a good series no matter what.
I'm like,
Yeah,
so I'm
it'll
looking at this
definitely be
thing.
entertaining.
I'm looking at this thing. It's Houston Astros batters versus New York Yankees. Like all the New York Yankees pitchers.
Yeah.
The Astros have like 3 people hitting above 333.
Oh, yeah.
3, 4, 5 people hitting above that. That's
Yeah,
that's a
they're
pretty
insane.
big it's a pretty big margin there. But
Pretty
the
damn
Yankees
good.
pitchers are still looking pretty good because I mean, granted, 333 is a third average, and there's only a couple people. There's not many people hitting a much above that.
Wow. Verlander had the first Rays Astros game. Verlander gave up one single hit in seven innings. That is wild. And that was, I mean, granted, it's just against the Rays, but still, one hit in 7 innings, and he struck out 8 people. Dude's on fire. It's going to be real hard for the. I mean, the Yankees are a home run hitting team, so it's not like they need to get a massive amount of people on base to have a chance. They can, anytime get a run, but that dude is going to be hard to hit against. I don't know what they went like. I don't know head to head what they went in the regular season, so I don't know who really has the advantage and how they did. But
Yeah, I don't either. I
Hey,
was trying to
Dan,
find
give
that
me a
just a
Yankee
second ago.
starter.
Aaron Judge.
in terms of like what
Judge is hitting against the Astros pitching 259 for the 2019 season.
well, hasn't Judge had like a fall off season a little bit, like a slump?
I mean, he was hurt a lot this year,
That is true.
especially at the beginning.
Dan, give me
Right.
another one.
DJ LeMahieu.
Okay,
Oh,
I
he's
thought
been
I saw
great.
that, and I definitely knew I saw it. I just didn't know that was. He's against the Astros. He's hitting almost 500.
That's crazy.
Give me one more. I'll look up another one.
Glaber.
Glaber. Oh! I know him.
Wait,
I was
last
trying
Glaber.
to remember. Is that the pitcher or is that
Torres. No, Glaber Torres is a hitter.
See,
the hitter?
like just from those three, the way I read it was, I mean, Aaron Judge, you said, was hurt, so he didn't get to play all season. He may not have played a couple games against them.
Well, Dan, do you expect Didi Gregorius to play?
Yes.
Okay. And
That
Glaber
because
had
he's probably the best shortstop in the league, or up there with top two.
He's best defensively.
Glaber's batting
Yeah.
265.
Okay.
I mean, but it doesn't matter what they hit in the regular season. It only matters
Yeah, I
what they're
know.
going to do in the
But if
playoffs.
like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you
It
look
all
at it from a
changes.
statistical point, I'm just saying if that's going to be the way they follow up on everything, that's going to be a little
Right.
tough. And because like career wise, some of these guys may not have the best. Let's see this. Oh, he didn't play a lot last year. Never
So
mind.
Austin,
Yes.
give your prediction.
I don't-
Astros Yankees. How do you see
shit,
it?
I don't know. I could flip a coin.
Coin flip.
Well, is it
Well,
Cole,
just remember
Cole
the
last
last.
year? Cole
If
last
it
year,
goes
hey
to
Siri,
7.
flip a coin.
If it goes to 7, it'll be in Houston. So remember that.
I mean, I don't know. I just the way baseball has usually worked for me. Whenever I played it or watched it, it was always if you could hit the ball, great. The more people you can get on base, the better.
Yeah,
I
which is what the
think,
Astros do.
But the Yankees hit so many freaking bombs. Why it's hard not to pick them either. Because the thing is, the Yankees get guaranteed runs. The Astros may leave people on base. Like,
True.
if the Yankees get a hold of a ball and that ball's up in the air, it might go.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
honestly,
100
no
plus
matter
wins
who
speaks
hits
for itself.
yeah, but I think the Astros defense is like. I think the Astros have a slight edge in pitching, especially in the playoffs recently, because they've been
Right.
there before. They know what they're doing.
I mean, we played them 2 years ago and almost beat them to go to the World
Sure.
Series.
But they won, and that's my
Yeah.
point.
But that game went to 7.
You know, as weird as weird as it's gonna sound, I actually think the Astros have more experience in the playoffs, considering they've been there 3 years in a row now, compared to the Yankees, whose main core of the lineup, this is only their second year.
See,
I
that's another thing
We've
I'm kind of
we've
thinking
been 3
of.
years in a row.
Have you? I thought you only got to the wild card last year.
We won in the wild card. I don't remember who we played after the wild card last year, but
Oh, okay.
I think honestly, I think if I remember correctly, I think we played Boston and lost
Yeah.
to Boston, and it took them 5 games to beat us.
Okay, so but basically what I'm saying is like the Astros, they've been to a World Series within the past 3 years. I mean, they have a lot of experience with their core lineup.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to help them just a tad bit more in the big
It might.
moments.
Where
So
is it?
yeah,
Where
but
is
I
it?
mean
Where is it? Where is
that's like that's my prediction. I mean, Cole, what do you think?
For the Yankees Astros.
Yeah.
Well, coming at this with no knowledge of either team. I don't know why, but I think the Yankees will win.
All right, here's the Yankees over the past 3 years. They lost in. Oh, okay, no, that's not right. Over the past 3 years, 2016, 17, and 18, they didn't make the playoffs in 16. They lost in the CS to the Astros in 2017, and then the LDS they lost 3-1. I don't know who that was to.
Oh, so they have been the last 3 years. Okay, so it was 4 years ago that they didn't make it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, technically.
Well,
Alright.
I mean,
It's
I
just-
still
I
think the
don't-
core is just a little bit more experienced. than the
They're
Yankees.
just gonna have.
It's going to be a good series. That's
Oh, it's gonna be a great series. There's no arguing that. I think
It's
I
probably
just-
going to be the best series in the entire
playoffs.
MLB
for sure.
playoffs.
It
Unless-
almost if they both make it to the next round, which we assume they will. Think about it this way: that's going to be the World Series right there. Because I'm sorry, I don't see the Dodgers are not doing anything. Period. Like
Neither
they're
are the
choke
Braves or the
artists.
Cardinals.
They are choke artists.
Well, I was literally just about to start talking about this. What do you guys see coming out of the NL for the next round?
Look, I'm
In
not.
the-
Absolutely nothing. The NL sucks.
He's
The AL
not
doesn't suck.
wrong.
There's a team that won 100+ games.
Yeah,
Okay, but the
who
AL has
cares?
three
The
of
Dodgers.
them that are in the
Who
playoffs right
cares?
now.
The Dodgers won more games than the Yankees did.
But they didn't win more than the Astros did.
They won one last. Big deal.
Big enough deal. I claim it big enough.
106 to 107. It's not like it matters that much.
All right,
They were
but I mean,
miles above their next player or next.
But
end of story here. I think that the Dodgers, even if they do make it to the World Series, they ain't doing shit.
They're not going to. Honestly, they
Mm.
would not beat the Astros, Yankees, or the Twins.
They might beat the Twins.
No,
I mean-
I
I would
don't.
say they'd almost beat the Twins.
The Twins are still a good team, and
No,
I
I'm
do
not
not
saying
see the
that.
Dodgers beating the Twins.
Well, okay,
If
you
the
can
Twins were
kinda
somehow
take-
to beat the Yankees, they would not beat the Twins or Astros in the World Series. The
I agree
Dodgers
with
just
that.
they would not.
I mean, we'll know more after tomorrow's game versus the Nats. But I think if you look at the Dodgers' second playoff game against us, like game 2, they clearly have the ability to give up runs to a power hitting team, right?
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not, and they're not some invincible lineup just because they have top tier pitching, right? And while they can score a lot of their scoring has come off of our terrible bullpen, and that's like most of the playoff teams have pretty good bullpens. And so, like our starting pitcher game 1 only gave up 3 runs. The rest of it came out the bullpen. Our starting pitcher game 2 didn't give up. I maybe gave up 1 run. I think it was like 1, and the rest of it came from the bullpen, which was only 1 other run. But still, most of the points have been basically half the points have been against our terrible bullpen. And so, if you look at the rest of the teams, and not only the NL but also the AL, they have pretty good or decent bullpens. So the Dodgers will definitely find it difficult to score if the team has a really good starting rotation and at least a decent bullpen.
All right, so
Because
who's making it
they're
to the next
struggling now.
round from the NL then? Not World Series. Who's making the next round?
I think the Cardinals put up a fight against the Braves. I think they take it to 5 actually.
But I think the Braves win.
I do think the Braves win just because they have more pure talent. So I think the Braves face off against. I don't want to pick the Nats because I don't see us winning. I
Look,
think it's.
I'm gonna do the dirty, and I'm gonna jinx the Nationals because I'm rooting for
you
them to
suck.
beat the Dodgers.
Let's all jinx the Nationals. I got
All
the
right, I got
Nationals
the
going to the
Nats.
series.
Yeah,
You
Nats are going
are
all
all
the way.
bastards.
I got the Nats.
I mean,
going all the way.
I truly believe that the Nationals can make it to the World Series.
I don't see our. I know how bad we can be with our bullpen because
He's
I've
like, "We
seen
have
how
so
bad
many
our
holes."
bullpen is. We have so many holes in our bull. Our hitting is it's up there with the Yankees hitting in terms of how good it can be. I mean, maybe not. We didn't have as many home runs,
Maybe
but
not as
we're
consistent.
up there with RBI. We're not as consistent as Yankees in terms of every single game we have insane hitting, but our stars are just as good, if not, around even better in some ways. But the bullpen difference is so immaculate that if a game is close and we have to take out our starting pitcher, we're gonna lose. There's just no way we can keep the runs up to sacrifice the bullpen talent. So I'm gonna pick the Dodgers in 5 because our bullpen's gonna throw away the game like the Nats do every single NLCS or NLDS that we've
All
ever
right,
been in.
fine. So they've got.
If the Nationals hadn't started terrible, I think they'd probably have a top 4 record.
Probably.
Oh,
I mean,
true.
if we were 19-31
see
at
it.
one point.
So it's Hoppy's got Dodgers, Braves. Dan, Cole, and I have Nationals, Braves. Just to.
I mean, to be fair,
just make
if you had
the
just told me
Nationals
based off
jinx it.
game 1, if you had asked me like 2 days ago, I thought we'd get swept. So what do I know?
All
I mean,
right.
we did win yesterday. So
All right, so then I'm pretty sure ALCS, you're just taking the Astros, Yankees, like everybody's gonna do that.
Sorry, what'd you say?
And the ALCS, I'm taking the Yankees.
Yeah, Astros, Yankees, right? The CS.
I
not
got
the
Yeah.
World Series.
I got the Astros in 4.
Out of the AL,
You have the Astros sweeping the Yankees
No, oh, sorry, 5.
4-1. Jesus.
Yeah, 4-1. I don't think the Yankees have much of a chance. If I think the Yankees get 1
I
at
almost
home.
don't want to. I almost want to let this keep going, but I also don't. because
I just don't see
know
the
Dan
Yankees
can go all day
competing.
on this.
I know Dan's pissed because I'm putting the
Dan,
Yankees
just
so
say what you
low.
want to say. I know you want to. Just do it. I know what you're gonna say.
What am I going to say then?
Yankees in 4.
He thinks it's gonna go to 7.
I know it's going to go to 7.
Dan's the
I don't-
Dan's
How
the
great
goose
would that
here.
be?
I don't see the Yankees crushing the
Oh,
Astros starting pitching, and that's gonna hurt them.
okay. So,
But then again, their third and fourth pitchers, they might suck. So you know,
so
you never
I'm,
know.
I'm gonna segue this real quick and just say
Okay.
our picks for the NFL. Let's hope our picks here aren't as bad as our picks for the NFL were last week.
Oh, for the NFL. Oh God, what was our record? We need to keep track.
Yeah,
of this.
we should, but I know it wasn't good, so I'm not going to
Oh,
count last week.
I was terrible last week.
Yeah,
I
me too.
want to say for the
too.
Oh,
record,
man.
I
It was
picked
so
the
bad.
Falcons to win, and
Siri
that-
fucked me last week. She absolutely.
Oh my
the
God,
coin
you guys
flip
coin
didn't work.
flipped so many games last week.
Look, okay, I know
Jesus.
we picked Falcons over Titans. That didn't go well. I know we picked Redskins over Giants. That didn't go well. We had the Chargers and Dolphins right.
Cowboys Saints. How did I lose that?
I
How
knew-
did that
I picked the
Cowboys
Saints.
lose to the Saints?
I did pick the Saints, I think.
I picked the Cowboys. Like I was.
I said
I
I remember
don't wanna
saying that I
talk
like
about
Bridgewater.
I
so
picked the Steelers.
Saints.
To be fair, I picked the Steelers, but
You-
I said it'd be hilarious if the Bengals
No.
won.
I said just put down your
Oh
your
right,
religion.
you wanted me to pick. You made me force pick the Bengals. That's right.
Yeah, I said no. I think I said that about something else, but I said I'm not gonna
We
make
did
you
get
do
the
that for
Bears
them.
versus Vikings one right though.
I
we did
think
get that.
I know we got the Seahawks Cardinals right because I was not
Buccaneers Rams.
Oh,
I
we
don't
got
know
that
what
one
the hell
wrong.
happened.
We
to
got
Jared
that one
Goff.
wrong.
Did we?
Yeah,
Did we pick the Buccaneers?
we no.
I
we got
did
it
not
wrong.
pick the Buccaneers.
I
There's
picked
no
the
way I
Rams.
picked the
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
Buccaneers.
picked the Rams. There's no way I got that right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back.
You're good. The Patriots,
Patriots,
I know we got
Bills,
right
Panthers,
because
Panthers
no, wait,
Texans. I think I got that one right actually. I think I got the Panthers there.
I think I had the Texans. Oh
Raiders,
no!
Colts,
Was it
and
the
that was a
Chiefs
blowout.
Lions game? I told you to hold on to your conviction. You picked the Lions.
I told you that the Lions were gonna make it close, and they almost won.
Well,
no one believed me.
I mean, yeah, Chiefs still won though, so I got that one.
I know,
Ravens,
but it was a minute to
know
go
I
in the
got the
game. They
Ravens
were
one wrong.
leading. That was so close.
I know I got the Ravens one wrong.
I mean, I don't remember who, but somebody picked the Redskins, and that was hilarious.
That was me and Cole, I think.
Yeah, I think I picked the Redskins.
Yeah, it did
You guys
not do
just
well.
truly did not realize how bad my team is.
You knew it. You had.
I
you had
picked the Packers
inside
over the
knowledge.
Eagles, and that was probably a jinx,
No,
honestly.
no, that game.
No,
was
we
dumb
we
when
did it after
picked.
that game.
Yeah.
We did it after the game.
And we did it after this Thursday night game
Okay, I'm
too.
just saying,
so
I
what
thought
I
the
think we'll
Packers
do
would
is
be.
what I think we'll do is we'll start including the next week's Thursday night game in our
All right,
picks
that sounds good.
because that way
Yeah.
it's like because we record on Saturdays unless
Right,
like,
because
we
we
could
already
do it
missed the
earlier,
Rams and Seahawks.
which yeah now I'm honestly
Wait, there's a thing you can do on CBS Sports where you can like start a and then like make all your selections.
oh yeah no
for
they've
the
always
week.
had that.
All right,
I'm just
Austin,
saying we could
run
do that.
down the list.
All right. Well, I mean, here we gotta wait for Dan for that one. But
Oh,
let me just
right, Dan
let
has
me
to.
just say that last week did not go well. Hopefully this week will go better.
Not only for the games, but for fantasy football as well.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you just did. So
I didn't do
hold
too
that
bad.
L.
3 out of 4 people in this call lost last week, Austin. No one wants to talk to you either.
Cole, did you lose?
Yeah,
All right,
I
what did
lost.
I miss?
I was playing Mitch.
Oh, we were just
Oh,
about
yeah,
to
well,
run through our NFL
yeah.
pick'ems and so.
Well, y'all gonna
I'm
laugh.
proud of my team though.
What'd you
I
do?
may or may not have just broken.
Had
my-
like 185 or something. I didn't do terrible.
Oh, that's good. What'd you say, Dan?
said I may have broken my chair.
Again, dude. Every time I talk to you, Dan, you're always breaking a chair.
First, it was your house. That was the bad. That was the bad luck.
That was real bad.
All right.
This is not as bad as you falling off something and breaking a wine glass and cutting your hand.
Oh my god, that was my.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
forgot I did that. Holy.
Oh my god.
Dude,
so
I've got.
long ago.
I've
How
got
about
one
the
bad
time I
story.
socked you with that damn?
I had that video. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh,
It's on
so
somebody's
bad.
Facebook.
I think it's
I
my
don't wanna
old one, but
watch.
I
I
don't
don't
have
wanna
that
watch.
anymore.
I hate getting hit in the face.
Dude,
Dude,
it's so funny. 'Cause
I
it
think
was-
that's the reason.
it
I
was
think
like-
I'm the reason you have seizures.
Oh, there's so many reasons, dude.
Oh, that was bad, Dan. Stop.
All right, Austin.
All
so we're
right,
gonna.
so we
also,
missed.
Dan,
We
what
missed
we're gonna
this,
do is
we
we're
missed
gonna
the
include.
Seahawks Rams game. The
And I
Seahawks
ended
won by 1.
30-29.
Yeah, who would have guessed the Seahawks beating the Rams?
Well, I mean, Seahawks are
Well,
secretly
honestly, I'm not
kinda
that
good.
surprised. because the Seahawks and Russell Wilson especially have.
I'd like to give a fantasy
so...
football shout out to Russell Wilson for
Shut
carrying
up, no
my
one wants to
team.
talk. Like the Seahawks and Russell Wilson have looked on offense so good lately. I don't know if you guys. The Seahawks are 4-1, like out of nowhere. They're 4-1, and I'm very surprised because their defense has not been that good, but their offense has been sustaining so well without a run game.
Huh.
And Russell Wilson's back to MVP form. He might be the leading candidate right now. It's crazy.
All
I
right,
know
let's
Patrick Mahomes is playing well, but
let's switch it and talk about the Jets Eagles. Who wins?
Well, let's hold
Eagles.
off for a second. Where's the Jets Eagles? Oh, good lord.
I
Yeah,
couldn't care
Eagles-
less where it is.
No,
Yeah,
I was
this
trying to
is the
figure it
Eagles
out.
game.
I'm trying to see like what here. Oh yeah, you got an 0-3 Jets team going up against a 2-2 Eagles.
the only way the Jets win this game is they have to hope their bye week helped them,
No, it didn't. Let me just tell you that.
and
now.
it's not going to help them enough to beat
All
the
right,
Eagles.
here
I'm
we go.
sorry.
You ready?
Le'Veon has to
Jacksonville,
carry that team.
Carolina.
Please, Le'Veon. Please, carry.
Sorry, who'd you say?
Jacksonville, Carolina.
Guard?
God damn it! I just cut out again. Hello?
Hey.
Hey,
I thought
don't-
you got brand new internet. What's up?
I did, but I got booted the other day, so I think the dude's hitting me again.
Getting DDoS while doing a podcast.
Yeah, dude, I'm so like honest to God, I got booted the other day. I was really
That's
mad.
wild. So is it still recording right now?
It's been recording, it hasn't cut off.
Oh,
but let's
okay,
just
so-
I can cut it, make it seem clean.
Gotcha.
Kinda.
All right, so Jaguars,
Ja-
Panthers,
yeah,
go
Jaguars,
through it real quick.
Panthers. Where are we going with that?
Jags.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I did
He's
say
a Gardner
the Jaguars.
Minshew believer, man.
I did say the Jaguars.
Dude,
were
he's
gonna
been
make
looking
the
good.
playoffs.
Yeah, believe in the mustache.
Dude, he's got a sick mustache too, honestly.
Handlebar
Dude, I
looking.
bet
dude.
you he pulls the babes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean,
I
it's
mean, he's a
Jacksonville.
starter.
What kind
He's
of
a starting
what-
quarterback.
Hold up, though. It's Jacksonville. What kind of babes we talking about here?
I didn't say
Let's
they
not
had to
that
be
one.
good. Oh my
True.
god.
He can
Alright,
go
Cole,
down to
what-
Miami if he wants to.
There you go. Now we talk. All right, Cole, what's your pick?
Jags.
Really? The love for the Jags is real all of a sudden.
I'm-
Nobody wanted to pick them last week when they
Javi,
played the
Javi, did you pick-
Broncos, just
did
for
you
the
pick?
record. I have not. I picked the Panthers because the Panthers defense looks a lot better. And Christian McCaffrey is a god
Honestly, yeah.
among the boys.
I'm gonna say this because Jalen Ramsey is like not
and
playing.
Jalen Ramsey may play. I don't know.
He's probably not. He's waiting.
He didn't play last week, but they didn't even need him. They still won.
Yeah, true. I think I'm honestly gonna go with the Panthers, just because Christian McCaffrey can carry a team. Jacksonville doesn't really have someone who can carry them to a win.
Look,
And
if
the
Kyle
Panthers-
Allen doesn't have to perform, I think they win because Christian McCaffrey does.
Well, I mean, but the backup quarterback for the Panthers, like the past week,
Yeah.
2 has been doing
True.
fine. So,
I mean, Kyle Allen's been pretty good.
I mean, as long
since
as
he
long as
came
he
in.
does okay, I mean, no big
He's
deal.
3-0. He hasn't lost yet, which is impressive.
Yeah, good for him. All right. So everybody pick yay nay. We got 2 and 2.
Yes, 2-2,
Yep.
split down
All
the
right.
middle.
Patriots Redskins, guys. I'm taking the Skins 100% right here, right now.
Do I have to do my pick?
Look,
Patriots with a shutout.
It should be legally allowed for me not to have to pick this game.
You already
No,
know.
you have to pick.
You have to pick.
What are the odds that the Redskins win this game?
Like,
I think
okay,
the
look,
over/under is the Patriots 30 minus 30. I think.
I'm telling you right now, the Patriots lose a bad game every year.
There's that.
I really want to pick the Redskins.
Look at the Patriots Dolphins game. That's what it's gonna be. Except the Patriots will have more points.
or
Because
or
the
it could be
Redskins
the Patriots
defense
Dolphins
is-
from last year, and the Patriots lose.
Are they gonna play Haskins?
Colt McCoy.
Dude, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not,
playing
He
Colt
hasn't
McCoy.
played
I'm
in
not
a year.
picking- I'm not picking the
A
Redskins.
year.
I'm not.
He
I really, really
broke
wanna
his
pick the
collarbone
Redskins.
last year in one game.
Hey Siri,
They're
flip
gonna
a
murder him. He's gonna die.
coin.
There's gonna be a white murder on whatever FedEx Field. Or no, are they? They're at home, I think. Which, by the way, isn't even a home game for the Redskins. Don't get me started on that. It's a home game for the Patriots.
It's a home game for whoever comes to play them.
It doesn't.
Wait,
matter.
when is the game? What time?
1 p.m.
I think it's
tomorrow.
at 1.
Oh man,
It really does not matter.
there's nothing going in the Redskins' favor.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was a primetime game, we'd probably lose harder.
Lose more.
We're worse in primetime.
Lose
Look, this
worse.
game is a blowout,
No
anyone
one
who
ever wants
picks
to
the
see
Redskins
in prime time.
is literally throwing away money down the drain. Take money, light it on fire because it's about the same as your pick. They have no chance. Colt McCoy's first game in over a year after breaking, I believe, his collarbone or whatever he broke. He's being set in to get murdered. The Redskins have no pass defense. They're one of the worst teams in the league for a reason. They scored 3 points last week against the effing Giants, who have the 31st worst pass defense in the league. The league. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're all taking the Patriots.
I would love to pick the Redskins, but nah.
You know
I
you
hate
can't.
my team.
All right, the Bills and Titans. Honestly, after seeing last week, I'm taking the Bills. The Bills can honestly
Same.
keep up.
I'm going Bills. Bills look
Yeah.
really, really good last week.
Don't the Bills have another chance at beating the Patriots? They got one more, right?
So you got Bills.
They
Titans.
should. They're in the same division.
Yeah. Then I honestly think the Bills can beat the Patriots.
The Bills look really, really good against the Patriots last week.
Yeah.
Almost winning.
So I
and
mean,
that
are
was
we
a
all taking
surprise.
the Bills?
I guess.
I guess. That
I
sounds
keep
so
wanting to
Josh-
pick.
look,
I
look.
keep wanting to pick the Titans, and they keep letting me down.
Look,
I mean, they
Josh
didn't let you
Allen
down last
is
week.
playing.
I
confirmed
didn't
Josh
pick them
Allen's
last
playing,
week.
so-
But I think
I
the
mean-
Titans are proving that they can win at least.
Well, here's the thing. to
Mariota
me
has been
is-
terrible.
Okay, true.
Yeah. Well, actually, Mariota looks better this year than he has in past years.
It's
recently.
at least
But-
it's growth.
Well, here's the funny thing. Josh Allen started against the Patriots last week, right? And he
Mhm.
looked terrible. He came out, couldn't score a single down. When he got injured and they brought in the backup, not Chase Dan. Was it Chase? No, Matt Barkley. Yes, Matt Barkley still plays. When they brought him in, he threw I think a touchdown almost immediately, and got his team a field goal as well. So I mean, and Josh Allen's starting this game. That's confirmed. So if he comes out flat like he did, which again against a
Might
really
make
good
the
Patriots
switch.
defense, they might make the switch. So I mean, if they make the switch, who knows what could happen? But I don't think you can pick Titans still.
I think I'm
Bills
picking the
win it.
Bills strictly for their defense. Their defense is
Yeah, I mean their
really,
defense
really
is the best in the league right now by far. I mean, not in terms of scoring, but in terms of actual like
good.
everything
Who has
else.
the Bills defense?
I think I did, and then I dropped them because they weren't doing well fantasy
Knox
wise.
picked him up because I think the Bills were in the trade.
I mean,
for-
besides the Patriots game, they've kept every game extremely low yardage.
Yeah. All right. Next game, Ravens Steelers.
Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens. I have zero faith in the Steelers right now.
Who's the Steelers quarterback?
Mason
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Look, I mean, he did what he had to do against the Bungles.
Yeah, like, oh my
But-
god, you scored, like, nice, good job.
I
You beat
mean,
them.
again, the Bengals lost their best receiver really quickly. It was an ugly, horrible game for Andy Dalton, so there's not really much to praise. The Ravens' defense hasn't looked that great recently, though, and their offense has definitely struggled. But they played two really good teams with the Chiefs, and then they played the the Browns recently
Yeah, I was gonna
last
say.
week, which good team, that's flip flop. But I got the Ravens because the Steelers' pass defense is terrible.
That is true. All right. Cardinals. This is a really hard one to pick. Honest to God. Cardinals Bengals. The Cardinals are 0-3
I
and
think
1.
Kyler Murray gets his first win here.
Yeah, probably.
I really do.
I can agree with that.
I don't know.
He should beat the Bengals, but I mean, unless
Dude,
something
the
stunning
Bengals
happens.
at least have. Okay, look. The reason the Bengals got lit up last week, I'm pretty sure they played in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. No, they didn't play the Steelers.
The Bengals played the Steelers last week in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Bengals. Yes, sorry. What were we saying?
I'm saying the Bengals played in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the Cardinals going to Cincinnati.
Yep. You know what?
I
Actually,
feel like the Bengals are a better home team than they are away team.
oh, for sure. I mean, the Bengals have always been better in Cincinnati.
Is AJ Green coming back yet or no?
Not this week, no.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. I was gonna make it.
He
way
won't be
harder.
back for at least another.
You know what? I'm
2
gonna
weeks.
be different, and I'm gonna pick the Bengals strictly because the Cardinals' offense looks like garbage.
It's so like Andy Dalton to go from having a terrible game in prime time to the next week having a 400-yard game with 4 touchdowns.
Like,
just
not
because
even
nobody starts him
televised.
the next week in fantasy, because who would start him in fantasy anyway? But
Knox
that's
is
so like
starting in
Andy
fantasy,
Dalton.
I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Knox
I'm
is
just
starting
saying,
him.
that is so like Andy Dalton to go from a primetime game to blowing out the next team he plays and
But-
then giving up false hope again.
Then again, seriously, the Cardinals would be 0-4 except for their tie. They got kind of lucky. But the
I think
Cardinals
that-
are still, I think, the worst team in the
I
league.
mean, look at it this way. Mason Rudolph lit up the Bengals defense. Do I need to say much more?
I mean, but Mason's at least been learning from somebody.
Yeah. True. I mean, Kyler Murray, he looks good. He has a lot of problems still, but he's on a terrible team.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Kyler's going to lose the game for the Cardinals. I'm saying the Cardinals are going to lose the game for the Cardinals.
You think the defense is going to let him
I
down?
think the defense is going to suck really badly.
And his O-line is terrible.
I'll go
Yeah.
Cardinals in an upset, which
The
is
de-
kind of weird
the
considering
Cardinals
they're
have the
both
31st
0-4.
worst defense.
Do they really? Holy.
Yes. See, think about it this way. Rushing, the Bengals are the worst in the league. Passing, the Bengals are the 13th best team
Yeah.
against the 31st ranked defense.
But they also just lost